One of my favorite movies of all time, Shrek. Watch Shrek 1, 2, 3, 4. And I think we can all agree that Shrek 2 is definitely the best one. The thing is about DreamWorks, which is so crazy, is they always manage to perfect a sequel. How to Train Your Dragons 2, amazing. Madagascar 2, amazing. Shrek 2, amazing. But for some reason, they fall into this category of Madagascar free, meh. Shrek free, meh. How to Train Your Dragons free? Okay, I can't say that because I haven't watched it, but I'm gonna presume meh. I want to talk about why Shrek 5 will actually be bad. First of all, we're gonna talk about why Shrek is so loved. Shrek is loved for humor, satire, and films humor just to both children and adults. I could put this on in front of my parents and we can both watch it at the same time, and it feels like such a comforting movie to watch. It's really good how we have a character who's actually Scottish and how we embrace that, because we never really see Scottish characters, and as someone who's from Scotland, this is really funny to see. And if anyone else is watching from Scotland, I'm probably sure you'll get it as well. It's like dark tone of humor, clever satire of parody of classic fairy tales and pop culture references. What's not to fucking love? You got a donkey played by Eddie Murphy, giant Greek ogre, and you got Fiona. Their flaws and growth throughout the movie, they just resonate with audiences, and I think that's great. I think it's amazing how we can connect with them and understand them. As well, with a unique storytelling, the story flips traditional fairy tale tropes, offering a fresh and entertaining perspective on familiar themes. Storytelling is extremely important, and I don't know if you guys know this, but I like to storytell a lot, especially at the start of my videos. So I think if you can't storytell well, I don't think you can make a movie as good. And what Shrek does so well is it continues to immerse you into the story and fall in love with the characters even more. These are some of the most odd, peculiar characters, but yet we love them so much of how the story is told, how their characters are portrayed. It just shows how good Shrek's development team, scripting, and their writing. Now the voice acting as well, you know, back to earlier when I was talking about Eddie Murphy being the donkey, and then we got fucking Mike Myers as Shrek, and Cameron Diaz as fucking Fiona. Now this delivered memorable performances that added depth and humor to these characters even more. And not to mention, when you have famous actors and famous voice actors across the platform of these, it helps enhance the overall experience. And obviously, if I see a fucking voice of the actor, I'm not gonna know. I'm most likely not gonna watch. If I see fucking Tom Holland, I'm gonna be more likely to watch it. I have never watched Uncharted in my life, but me and my friend went to the cinema. We went to go see Uncharted the movie just because Tom Holland was, and Mark Wahlberg. That just proves how much of an influence it had. Of course, we got the animation quality for its time. Shrek featured impressive animation, enhancing the overall viewing experience considering its time and when it was made, because it was made a long time ago, near the time I was born. Wow, fuck man, I'm getting to Ungstars. Emotional depth beyond humor, the film explores themes of acceptance, love, and self-identity, creating an emotional connection with the viewers. You know, when you got Shrek doesn't even love himself enough and it makes you feel sad, you feel for him because everyone just thinks he's ugly and scary. In reality, he's actually a good person. He was just treated like that, so he becomes the villain, almost like an Anakin Skywalker, except he doesn't go ahead and commit genocide and kill the whole fucking rebellion. But you know, love the Fiona Shrek love between the authenticness of both of them, and then the cultural impact. Shrek has become a cultural icon, influencing other media and becoming a beloved part of many people's childhoods, including mine. And I feel like it will always have a special place in my heart. Now that we got the basis of why Shrek is good, we need to talk about why Shrek 5 might not be that good. In franchise popularity, the Shrek franchise was highly successful and popular with the 3 films, achieving significant box office returns and critical acclaim. There was a strong audience demand for more stories set in the Shrek universe, and I think we need to get deadlines out. They came out fairly in between each other. They weren't a long time. That's why I don't think we've had Shrek 5 in a while. But that does also contrast my opinion, as I think Shrek 5 could also be good, because since we haven't had a Shrek movie in so long, they could be working on one for years. Also, we got the character development and story. You know, the 4th installment allowed for further development of beloved characters and provided opportunity to explore new storylines. Shrek Forever After offered a fresh take by presenting an alternate reality, depth to Shrek's character, and exploring themes of contentment and self-discovery. It just didn't feel executed right. It felt like it was just a bit rushed. It felt like it felt more like a DLC. I understand this film aimed to wrap up the narrative threads and provide a satisfying ending for Shrek's journey. It didn't feel as compelling. It didn't feel like I could really relate to it. It didn't feel like I had a strong connection to these characters. And not to mention fucking Puss. That motherfucker went from Puss in Boots to doing mukbang. What happened? Oh, and then also the audience appeal. I think there was an enduring fan base eager to see more Shrek with his friends, so I think that also kind of put pressure on them to make Shrek 4. And no matter am I saying Shrek 4 is a bad movie, I just feel like it's nowhere near compared to Shrek 1 to 3, and especially Shrek 2. If I'm gonna go turn on a Shrek movie, it's not the one I'm gonna go to, it's the one I'm gonna go to last. I don't know if Shrek 5 will really resonate with me as much, maybe with the younger audience. I don't know if you guys can agree with that, but honestly for me, I feel like Shrek 5 isn't gonna hit. Okay, after multiple sequels and spin-offs, audience might feel tired of Shrek franchise. Reintroducing the characters and storylines might not generate the same excitement as the earlier films, which is what I was going to on earlier about Shrek 4 not feeling that same excitement. Also, we got high expectations given the success and the affection for the original movies, especially for the first fucking 2. So by having high expectations, a lot of the time we aren't satisfied as well because of how high the expectations are nowadays for media, technology. I feel like we don't appreciate as much. I think that is also a big problem, but we can't help it as humans are always evolving. Now, meeting or exceeding these expectations can be difficult. And then also as well, the audience changes. The original Shrek films were a product of their time, and the audience preferences and humor have evolved. What worked well in the early 2000s, I don't know if it's gonna resonate as much with today's viewers. The humor has changed a lot, because we got fucking shit like I mentioned it last time, but you know. And I just don't know how I feel about that humor, okay? Just most of the TikTok type of humor isn't that funny to me. I just find it kind of boring and cringe. Some of it is really funny and some of it's hilarious. Now, creative challenges actually might be a problem for Shrek 5 as well. You know, crafting a fresh, new, engaging story that adds meaningful content to the franchise can be challenging, where we got Shrek 1 building up the story. We got Shrek 2. He meets Fiona's parents, which was fucking amazing. Shrek 3, which kind of felt like a bit of a mess, but did have a good conclusion at the end. And I liked how Prince Charming literally became the villain, going from like to see his development of him going from the top all the way to the bottom and falling. I absolutely love seeing that though. Then Shrek 4 just felt like we need a story, so we're just gonna chuck it in here. And obviously they did want to share, you know, the family and everything. Crafting a fresh and new engaging story, that can be quite hard. If the story feels forced or repetitive, it may not be well received, and that could also be an issue. Now, the quality of writing and production, any decline in quality of writing, animation, or voice acting could lead to a subpar movie, and we've seen Megamind. Burn it all. Now, the success of the earlier films were partly due to their high production values and stellar performances. Now, this kind of also actually reminds me of Pirates of the Caribbean. If they tried to make a new Pirates of the Caribbean, when they made the 5th one, it wasn't received as well, because technology and writing, performance, all different back then, back in like the early 2000s, because the technology seems so ahead. Like, you know, Davy Jones CGI was fucking amazing, was fucking beautiful. Captain Barbossa's erratic personality, Jack Sparrow's lovable, charming self, that audience has all grown up, so only they can appreciate it. With newer audiences, they won't appreciate it as much. Competition as well, that could be a big problem for Shrek 5. The animation landscape has become more competitive, with numerous high quality films and franchises vying for attention. You know, Shrek 5 would need to stand out in a crowded market, and to be honest, nowadays I think the only way we can really do that is if we all come together as a collective and just fucking, you know what, Shrek is love, Shrek is life. Okay, we're not getting into that. So I think Shrek 5 will be great if it's executed and portrayed well. And to be honest, when the Shrek 5 poster was released and I first saw it, it was announced on Instagram, and it got a lot of good reviews and a lot of love. So I'm hoping this can be a success. Last of all, we got the over-reliance on nostalgia. This can be a big problem for a lot of things, not just Shrek. Nostalgia can attract initial interest. The film must offer more than just callbacks to previous successes. It needs to innovate and provide new experience, captivate both old and new fans and new audiences, and that's an extremely task to execute well. Well, when you rely on nostalgia so much, sometimes we love what was in the past, but we can't go back to it. You know, like GTA 5 at night with the homies, you know those times? I would love to go back to that, but I'm a fucking adult now. I got taxes to pay. I got rent to pay. My fucking paycheck, it comes out. Can we get a takeaway? Buy it with your own fucking money. Okay. I can't take it anymore. Just kill me. Nostalgia callbacks and all the previous points I've made. I don't know if Shrek 5 can pull it off, but I'm gonna be hopeful, praying they do it well. I will always be a fan of Shrek no matter what, and I probably will watch it no matter what and give my honest opinion on it. You guys let me know what you guys think. Honestly, I think Shrek 5 has the potential to be one of the best movies in the franchise or one of the worst. That's why I think Shrek 5 could potentially be bad. But in struggle, we overcome. And by overcoming the struggle, no matter how many times we fail, no matter how many times we fuck up, we must always win. Get back up. Holy shit, I'm sounding philosophical right now. Holy shit, I'm gonna go write a book. Bye.